sure to let me know if there's any problem with the sound, because we've been having issues with that. It should be working, but you know, one never knows. Okay. But keep yourselves muted during class as best you can. Should you need to get my attention, you can speak to me. All right. Thanks. Okay, so welcome. Happy Friday. It's Judith. It's a 1-hour gentle Kripalu yoga class. So welcome. We use the yoga mat if you have one. If you don't have one, you could substitute it with a folded blanket or maybe a beach towel on a carpeted surface. I wouldn't recommend trying to do it on tile or wood because your joints will most definitely not like it. Or at least mine don't anyway. So these are yoga blocks, the styrofoam versions. If you don't have yoga blocks, you can substitute with a couple of canned goods of equal size and weight, perhaps. And then this is a standard yoga strap. This is easy to substitute if you don't have one. You could use a long skinny scarf, a belt, a dog leash, a bathrobe tie. Any of those would work. And then this is strictly optional. Should you happen to have hand weights, great. This is a set of 1-pounders. I'd suggest nothing heavier than 2 pounds for this class. And last but not least, our friend, the chair. So this is a standard metal folding chair. We use it to just help for balance if we're standing. We also sit in the chair as well. So, and if you could use a wall for balance or a piece of furniture that doesn't move when you push your weight against it. So there's several options there. And then if whatever offer is what, I'll start again. If whatever is being offered isn't working for your body, you can modify. You could do something else like another posture, or you could skip it altogether, okay? So you choose, you're in charge, and I'll be happy to answer questions at the end of the class. So let's do this. Let's just go ahead. Let's start with the feet maybe directly underneath the hips. So right there where the femur bone plugs into the pelvis. Let's lift the right heel, place it down, and left, place it down. So you're just basically working the feet and you're shifting the weight from side to side. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You might want to keep at this pace, but maybe you want to double time the heels, lifting and falling. Little bicycle pedaling. So you're pushing your bike up the mountain here. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep going. And maybe you want to turn this into a little baby march, but maybe you don't. You can decide. So it's alternate arm, alternate leg, rising up.
Judith, your sound is not going through something changed. You were fine, but it's not going, I think it's from your computer, but not your.
Testing, testing, testing. Let's see here. Everything is up as high as it can go. Can you hear me now?
Can hear you, but it's a very different sound quality than when you started. It's not coming.
Yeah, when I put this one in, the one side is not vibrating the sound. The one is, one isn't. So can you hear me enough so that we can continue, or?
Yeah. I just wanted to let you know.
I'll just try to thank you for letting me know, and I'll just try to shout louder. See if that helps. Okay. So we're back to marching for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, keep marching on 1 if you're marching. Now a little brain gym here. We're going to take the feet out, out, in, out, in. Here we go. It's out, in, out, in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2,
And 1, okay, then back to center, and then slowly bring it down to stillness. No rushing to get there, just, you don't want an abrupt stopping. Let's take the feet about shoulder width apart, inhaling forward, circling the hips, squeezing the navel to spine as you round in the back, just gently warming the body. Big full breaths. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1, and then corkscrew back to center. Take a breath or two here, and then circle the hips in the opposite direction. Inhaling forward, exhaling back. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And coming back to center. Let's take a few big breaths. Inhale up. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Lifting and pressing. 2 more. Lifting. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Let's relift the arms up to the sky. Climb our invisible rope, our invisible ladder here. Ugh. And seeing if you can keep the chest square to the front of the long end of the mat or the front of your space for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Let's take the arms away here. Shake out the arms. Let's rotate the humerus bone in the shoulder girdle. We're creating our own synovial fluid here. That's the fluid that lubricates the body throughout. For 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly bring them to stillness. Let's start with your right arm. Inhale up, big straight arm. See if you can keep the chest pretty much forward as you extend the arm back behind you, like we're making a big circle with the arm, but trying to keep the chest square to the front as best you can. Don't force anything. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And shake that out. Let's go to the other side. Same idea. Sweeping it up, but trying to keep the chest more or less positioned to the front. Seeing how much range of motion you can get. I have an injury on this side, so I modify. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And again, just shake out the arms. Let's take the arms to frame the head, okay? So we're going to inhale, keeping the arms elevated. You're going to twist to the right, come back to center, twist to the left. Let's just do 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Now turning to the right, arms extend out to the side. Inhale, arms come up, exhale, back to center. Turning to the left, arms come out. Inhale, exhale, back to center. Moving from side to side, nice and slow, don't rush it. Arms frame the face. Inhale, then exhale. Let's do 2 more times on each side. Oh, big full breaths, LSD breaths, long, slow, and deep. Nice and easy. Last time, 1 time more each side. Nice and gentle. Shh. Very nice. And then coming back to center, arms can float down. Triple slow time, shake it out. Nice and gentle. Let's take a block. If you don't happen to have a block and you need support for your hands, you could flip your chair around, place your hands on the chair seat for support if you need. And obviously, if you don't need it, don't do that. So the legs are wide, toes point out 30 to 45, knees track over toes. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. We'll do 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pumps here, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, right forearm, rest on right thigh. Maybe the left hand can come to the mat or to a block or to a chair seat, whatever works. And now the left leg is straight. The left heel digs into the mat. The toes point up to sky, pumping into the right hip here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Glide through center now. Left arm can rest on left thigh. Right hand can rest on mat, block, or chair seat. Right leg is straight. Right heel digs into the mat. Toes point to sky. Meanwhile, you're pumping into the left hip for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. If you've got a block, just transfer it over, either low setting or second highest setting. And we're going to inhale, big squat. Exhale, straighten the legs and bow to your mat. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, bow to the mat. Let's do 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pumps, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, re-straighten, and now again come into a wide leg forward fold. I've got the block on the low setting. You might want to place your hand directly on the mat. You can decide. Right hand on mat or block, left arm goes straight up to sky. So we're twisting to the left here for 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight arm, little circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm floats down. Very slowly. Left hand placed on low block or mat. Right arm straight up to sky. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Straight arm circles. 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Top arm floats down. Moving back over to the left. Both hands can grab the ankle as you press the chest close to the top of the left thigh. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Coming over to the right. 2 hands on the ankle, pressing the chest close to the top of the right thigh. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center. Hands can rest on thighs. Keep the back flat as you rise up slowly, 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 slowly. No rushing. Avoiding the dizziness. Roll the shoulders open. Heel toe the feet together or step the feet together. Very nice. And now from here, the feet are again directly under the hips. Toes point forward. Let's bounce the heels here. Little bounces with the heels. Maybe a quarter inch, half an inch, doesn't have to be big. And here we work on bone density. We're also working on strengthening the feet, the ankles, the Achilles tendon, and the calves. That will help with fall prevention, hopefully. So this is sort of a free-form movement. Just keep those heels bouncing. Meditation in motion, or dancing in chaos. Let's do 8, 7, move the body any way that feels good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then slowly bringing it down, nice and gentle. Shake out the legs, yay. Now I'm gonna take the chair and I'm gonna face the chair seat. So here, you're gonna grab along the sides of the chair. The body comes into the shape of a right angle here. Crown of head still lines up with tailbone. Try not to let the head dangle. Okay, so let's shift the weight. I won't mirror you. Shift the weight into the right leg. Left bent knee into nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Donkey kicks. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You straighten, flex that foot. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, press it away. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Rebend that knee. Pump the foot up towards the sky. The pelvis is square, just short into the mat. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. And then taking that leg down. Micro bend the knees, left and right. Oh boy. Oof. Again, just keeping the weight in the right leg. Rebend that left knee. The knee is bent. Take it out to the left side. Circle in the air for 4, 3, 2, 1. Other direction. 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot meets the right. Micro bend those knees, then come to standing. If that feels good, just between sides. Whew. Breathing. I'll turn around so do it the other. See it better. So now I'm going to shift the weight into the left leg. Right knee bends into nose. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it pointed and elevated. Flex that right foot. Inhale, bend the knee. Exhale, press it away. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Rebend it. Pump up towards the sky like you're stamping your foot on the ceiling. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot meets the left. Micro bend the knees left and right. Maybe come to standing just to recover between sides here. One more time, go into your right angle position. Bend the right knee, take it out to the side. You're going to make circles in the air with the knee. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot meets the left. Micro bend the knees left and right. Ugh. And then come on up. Nice and gentle. Rolling the shoulders. And now we're going to face the back of the chair seat. So here again, just using that chair back for support should you need. And I won't mirror you for this either. The front foot stays forward, the right foot, the left foot comes back. Let's see if you can keep the torso upright, not about lurching forward, all right? Lifting back left heel, inhale, lift, exhale, press. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Relift the back left heel. Now both knees are going to bend. Torso still stays upright. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2. Stay down on 1. Little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We straighten. Left foot meets the right. Shake out the feet and legs. Now let's keep the left foot forward. The right foot comes back. Make sure the legs feel wide enough that you feel stable. So it's more railroad track idea. It's not a tightrope. Back right heel lifts. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Torso stays upright. Lifting and pressing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We lift the back right heel. Now both legs are going to bend and straighten. Torso stays upright. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. For 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We straighten. Right foot meets the left. Shake it out. Now, we're going to take the feet in first position. Heels together, toes point out 30 to 45 degrees. You're still facing the back of your chair. So the feet are in first position. You're going to find a drishti point. That's a spot that doesn't move. It could be on the wall, it could be on the floor. Anything that's not moving, you can use it as a focal point for balance. Right? So lifting up on the toes. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to stay lifted on 1. So you're on the tippy toes. Find that drishti spot. Maybe one arm can come up. Maybe a second arm can come up, but maybe not. You can decide. You're balancing on your tippy toes for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One arm comes down, second arm comes down. Heels float back down to earth. Shake out the feet and the legs. Ooh. Strengthening the ankles and the feet. All right, still back to your first position. Re-elevate up. Now the knees are going to bend and track over the toes. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Your heels stay elevated the whole time. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, stay down on 1, little pumps. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We straighten. And just pausing here for a breath or two. And then lowering the heels down very slowly. Let's turn around and we're going to actually sit in our chair. Yay! Very good. And if you have extra props like the yoga strap, hand weights, or blocks, have them nearby. Or not, they're strictly optional, so you might determine what you might want to think about getting in the future. So, approaching your chair seat. Maybe sitting closer to the front of the chair seat than the back of the chair seat. Pulling the flesh away from the sits bones. Let's take the feet and legs in parallel, the toes point forward, and the hands can rest on top of the thighs, the palms are down. And let's start circling the rib cage. So see if you can isolate the ribs. Inhaling forward, squeezing navel to spine, rounding in the back. Big full breaths. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Corkscrew back to center. See if you can drop shoulders away and start circling the ribs in the opposite direction. Bringing some stimulation to those internal organs, fresh blood, chi, life force, moving throughout the system. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. nice. And then corkscrew back to center. Feet and legs are still in parallel. We're going to externally rotate the feet. Come back to neutral. Internally rotate the feet, back to neutral. External rotation, neutral. Internal rotation, neutral. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then back to neutral, bounce the feet and legs. Let's do that for about a count of 8. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and slowly taking it down. Don't just abruptly stop. Nice. Feet and legs still remain in parallel. Lift right heel, press it down, lift left heel, press it down. See how high you can lift those heels without forcing or jamming. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Bounce it out. And now let's grab weights if you haven't, if you want to use them. Otherwise, it's just a soft fist with the hands. So no panicking. So let's go ahead and take the hands. The palms will face the midline. Exhale the right fist into your right armpit. Take it down. Exhale left fist into left armpit. Take it down. We'll do 8, 7, don't rush it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Come back to neutral. Now the palms face the wall behind. Let's do both arms together. Arms will only lift up to shoulder height only. All right. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relift, and you're going to go out and in, out and in. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Bend the elbows now. Palms face the floor. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Drop shoulders away. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Elbows come down. Let's take the arms down. The palms face the wall in front. Inhale, biceps, exhale. Inhale, exhale. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time you're only going to release halfway. Now the forearms are parallel to the earth. Little pumps up to the ceiling with your palms. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And the forearms are going to stay parallel. The upper arm is going to be glued to the side ribs here. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then arms can come down slowly. Now the palms face the back wall one more time. the legs might want to go slightly wider. The straight arms go higher than the bum, the palms face the ceiling, the whole arm on both sides. You don't drop it lower than the bum, so you keep it elevated here as you pump up to the sky for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back down, not too fast, don't let it pop through. You're gonna stay forward with the torso, now the palms face the midline. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, and let's slowly take them down. Yes. Sigh of relief, shake everything out. One more thing. No weight or one weight in each hand. The palms face the midline. Shrugging and dropping. Shrugging and dropping for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly shake it out. If you're using weights, drop them off to one side. If you're using a strap, grab it. And if you're not using a strap, I'll do this in profile so you can see. Take the right leg. If you don't have a strap, grab behind the back of the thigh. Maybe you also want to touch the calf. We're going to bend and straighten the leg. Bend and straighten the leg. If you have a strap, you can move it around the ball of the right foot. Make sure the ends of the strap are even. And then you're going to draw that bent knee into the chest. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, squeeze the abs, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly bring it back down to earth. Yay. And then we'll go to the other side, the left leg. If you're not using a strap, forearm behind the thigh, and maybe the other hand can assist the calf, stretching and bending. If you're using the strap, loop it around the ball of the left foot, even it at both ends. Yaw that bent knee into the chest. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend, exhale, straighten for 8, 7, or as many as you can manage. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then slowly bringing that foot back down to earth. Lose the strap. Let's go back to the right leg. Right hand rests on right knee. We're just going to circle that femur bone into the pelvic girdle here. Breathing into it, squeezing out any air bubbles or discomfort, any tension. Blow it away, and let's circle the other direction with the leg for 4, 3, 2, 1. And then that foot comes down, bounce it a bit. Let's do the other side. Left hand on left knee, circle it. Femur bone pumping synovial fluid into this left side of the hip. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Other way. 4, 3, 2, 1. Foot comes down. Very nice. Bounce the legs. One more thing. Let's take the legs wide. This is working on the spine now. Imagine the spine is very flexible, like in a whip-like motion. So we're going to exhale, leading with the chin. Think about moving that spine. Tuck the chin as you come up. Exhale, going forward. Inhale, rising up. Let's do 4, nice and slow. 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then coming back to your neutral. Same idea in reverse. So we're going to tuck the chin. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale, stretch the head and neck forward, breaking the waves with the crown of the head. Inhale, tuck the chin. Exhale, coming forward. We'll do 4 of these. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Flexible spine. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Very nice. Taking the feet back together. Let's extend the arms out to the side. Let's slide the ribs to the right. Come back to center. Slide into the left. Isolating the ribs now. Everything else is fixed. We'll do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Now the arms don't move, only the ribs and the torso. Exhale to the right. Come back to center. Exhale to the left. You're not moving the arms, only the ribs are moving. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming slowly down. Shake out those arms. Yes. Now, let's go ahead and come to standing, pressing into the feet, rising up. Let's move the chair off to one side. If you should need the chair to get down on the earth, here's a quick tutorial on how to do that. This out of the way. So if you need the chair to assist you to get up, get down on the floor, to get back up off of the floor, grab the sides of the chair seat. Shift the weight into one leg, shift the weight into the arms, and slide one knee down mindfully. Second knee joins it, you're on the earth. To get back up. Again, the weight goes in the arms. If you need to assist one leg forward, assist one leg forward. You're going to tuck the back toes of the other foot. You're going to press into your arms into the chair seat. Inhale, exhale, lift the bone. 1 foot under the chair seat, 7 foot under the chair seat. Use the back to rise up slowly to avoid getting dizzy. And that's how you use a chair to get up and down off of the earth. Otherwise, if you're using blocks, take the blocks to that short end of the mat. And we're going to face that short end of the mat. Big swan dive. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale up. Exhale forward. 2 more, lifting and pressing, lifting and pressing. Let's come back up now. And we're going to repeat what we did earlier, except this is a modified camel. One arm is straight. It's going to come all the way up. Take it all the way back. That hand rests on that hip. Other arm, big straight arm, goes back around. That hand rests on that other hip. Now you've got the chest going forward. You're going to tuck the chin to protect the back of the neck. And the idea is to just maybe move those hips very gently forward, lifting through the chest. Imagine there's a wire attached to the center of your chest. It's lifting you up. You're grounding through the 4 corners of each foot, and you're not going to go too far. This is a very modified baby camel, nothing serious. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Slide the arms down the sides of the body. Maybe come forward. Let's come into a forward fold. Just very carefully. It's a counter stretch. You don't want to pop into it, all right? And while we're in this forward fold, we're going to just take one arm and circle it. Just to stretch it out, and then circle the other way. Nice. And then going to the other arm, circling that arm. Very nice. And circle in the other direction. Very good. And then bringing that to stillness, let's roll it up very slowly, vertebra by vertebra. Opening the shoulders, rolling them up, opening the chest, again facing that narrow end of your mat. Inhale, and then we're staying over. Exhale. Fingertips come to the mat or block. Micro bend the knees left and right. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. With hands either on the mat or on tall blocks. Shift the weight into the right foot, float the left leg up, 3-legged dog. And if you can pump that standing leg, little tiny pumps, maybe, maybe not, for 4, 3, 2, 1, left foot comes down slowly. Micro bend the knees just to recalibrate. Left foot comes into the middle of the mat, float the right leg up, 3-legged dog. Maybe you want to pump the standing leg, maybe you don't, for 4, 3, 2, 1, right leg floats down, micro bend the knees left and right. Hands come to either low blocks or the mat. Step back into downward facing dog. Now the body's in a triangle shape. And once you get that organized, start bicycle pedaling the heels. You're wagging your dog tail for 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to stillness. Float the knees down. Big toes together, knees wide apart. Press into child pose. Very nice. And so once you've organized your child pose, maybe there's little wiggles side to side. Maybe that feels delicious. Maybe not. Maybe it's just a static press for 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying in child's pose. The hands and the arms go over to the left on the earth. You're going to press your right hip away 45 degrees in the diagonal for 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back to center. Now the hands go over on the earth to the right. The left hip presses away 45 degrees on the diagonal. Maybe it's a static stretch here, maybe it's little micro movements. Big stretch to the left side of the body for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Back to center. Let's come on up to neutral table. Here you might want to do extra padding for your knees, possibly, maybe not. Let's take the hands to the upper corners of the narrow end of the mat. We're in neutral table, hips over knees, shoulders over elbows, elbows over wrists, fingers spread wide, except you're going to put your hands up in these corners. So once you get that organized, start rotating the hips, circling the hips. Squeezing in the abdominals, of course. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, 1, and then back to neutral. And then you're going to swirl the hips in the opposite direction. Big sweep with the hips for 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. And then coming back to neutral. Now you can come back to neutral, a true neutral table with the arms underneath the shoulders, if that works. But if you have pain in your wrists and your hands, then hands can come farther forward, so no worries. We're going to pound the tops of the feet here. Bring some blood flow back into the feet for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and slowly bringing it to stillness. Very good. Good work. Let's find our way now to sitting. By all means, be sure you have your blocks handy or a small cushion handy. So from here, let's bend the knees. Feet and legs in parallel. And we'll just take, either grab the front of the shins or the back of the thighs, avoid the knee joint. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. 2 more like this. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, this time just come back on your arms. The arms can be straight. You can figure out how it's going to work best for your body. So basically, we're just lifting the chest here again, getting some movement in the spine, lifting the chest forward. Inhale, and then take it back. Exhale. Inhale forward. Exhale back. 2 more. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Oh, exhale, roll it all the way down. All the way down to the back body. Draw the knees into the chest. Oh, maybe little rocks from side to side would feel yummy. Feels pretty good here. So you're really massaging from the tailbone to the back of the skull, entire back body. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Come back to center. Now taking the knees into perpendicular, the thighs rather. You want the thighs to be perpendicular. They're not being drawn in too close to the chest. So now we're making a right angle with the legs. Grabbing a block or maybe a small cushion, place it between the 2 thighs. And you're going to squeeze that block so it doesn't fall away. Then you're going to take your arms up into parallel. And you're going to take the arms in one direction and see how far you can go with the knees in the other direction. Squeeze the core as you come back to center. Dropping legs right, arms left. So this is a nice slow movement. You're squeezing that core in order to hang on to that block between the legs. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice, back to center. Lower the arms. Take the hands behind the back of the skull. You're going to exhale. Take it away. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5. Squeeze the belly. 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo. And then that comes down, drop the knees into the chest, loose the block as best you can. And now let's just roll on the sacrum here, circling on the sacrum, circling in both directions, or just moving side to side if that feels better. Very nice and gentle. Okay, you still got the knees into the chest. Take the knees wide apart with the hands. Grab your ankles or your shins. You're going to let the weight of the arms open up the hip crease. The hips and the hip crease get really tight from too much sitting, from too much driving, from too much sitting. So now we've got the feet dangling in the air. Let's go ahead and flex and point the feet, spread the toes wide. Circle the ankles. Remembering to breathe for 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. The feet come to stillness. Take the knees back together. Let's take the feet back down to the mat. Now the feet are mat width apart. The knees are still bent. So now we're going to windshield wiper those knees. The arms can rest in T position here. Just side to side, loosening up the lower body. See if you can keep the shoulder blades on the mat as you twist it side to side. We'll do 4, 3, 2, 1. And the knees drop to the right, leave them there. Maybe the face and the neck look to the left. If it bothers the neck to look to the left, skip it. Now my right hip, I'm going to start pumping up to where the wall meets the ceiling, little tiny pumps here for 4, 3, 2, 1, nice. Knees come back up to sky, windshield wiper a few times to recalibrate. Next time the knees drop to the left, leave them there. Maybe the face of the neck, look to the right. If it bothers the neck, to look to the right, skip it. Now I've got my right hip crease here. I'm gonna pump it up to where the wall meets the ceiling, the right hip. Little pumps for 4, 3, 2, 1. And the knees come back up towards the ceiling. And then again recalibrate by windshield wipering a few times. And the next time you move to the left, the bottom hip would be the left hip. All right, so we're gonna stack the knees and the legs right here. And we're gonna float the top right leg. And with your hand or a strap, you're gonna grab the shin, the ankle, or the top of the right foot. You're gonna press the right foot into the right hand into the right foot. And you're gonna draw that leg back behind you while you keep the 2 hips stacked, one on top of the other. So don't forget the isometric press with the foot and the hand for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release it slowly, restack it, roll onto the back body. Now the bottom hip will be on the right hip. You can rest your head on the upper arm or maybe a block. You've got the hips stacked. You're going to float the bent left leg up. And with a strap or your hand, you're going to press into the ankle, the top of the foot, maybe the shin. You're going to keep the legs stacked. You're going to keep them stacked, one on top of the other. As we draw it back, you're pressing the left hand into the left foot into the left hand for 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that foot and leg, rolling onto the back body one last time. Let's go ahead and windshield wiper the knees just a few times, not too many. Come to stillness in the middle. Elevate the 2 legs and start kicking yourself in the butt. Well-deserved kicking here for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. And then making any final movements you would like to make to feel complete before we move into Shavasana, resting pose, corpse pose. So that can be done flat on the back, arms and legs 30 to 45 degrees. Maybe if that's impossible, you can take the feet mat width apart, knees knocked together like a tent in the middle. That's restorative rest. Or you can roll onto one side just as we were and stack the hips and the legs and rest there. Or legs can go up the wall if you have an available wall. Or maybe just sitting simply in a chair, feet flat, long spine. Palms can face down on the thighs for grounding, stability. Or palms up, receiving. You can choose. And then once you've organized the arms and the legs, here in Shavasana is when we get to incorporate everything we've just done in the past few minutes. So noticing deep relaxation forming in the feet, a warmth, a softness enveloping the feet. And the softness, this warmth moves into the ankles. And then it moves into the low legs. And then it moves into the knees, permeating the complex structure of the knees. And from there, it moves into the thighs. Now the legs and the feet are very, very heavy. It then moves into the pelvis and the hips, the buttocks, The low back releases. From the belly, it moves into the waist and torso, enveloping the ribs, heart, lungs, liver, kidneys, pancreas, spleen, colon, large intestine, small intestine, stomach, all those vital organs marinating in this delicious relaxation. It moves up the chest and into the shoulders and rolls down both arms all the way to the fingertips, all the way to the fingertips. It envelops the throat and the neck now. And then it moves into the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases, the face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light permeates every cell in the body. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the earth below supporting you, the stars, moon, galaxies far above. Noticing the space you've created inside the body and the space around the body. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And now, notice how the breath animates the heart. Fill the heart with breath so that the heart becomes like a sun, radiating in all directions. It radiates, it shines with goodness and brightness. The sun shines in all directions, on everyone. And finally, this mind is like a big sky. It sees everything with equanimity. It's an observer, the observer of all this landscape of the body, the flowing river of the breath, the sun radiating from the heart like a sun in all directions. Big sky of the mind, taking in all of this with composure, seeing everything with calm equanimity. Big sky of the mind, vast. And now the mind becomes aware of the body, aware of the breath. Big sky mind drawing attention now into fingers and toes and arms and legs, hands and feet, wrists and ankles, stretching and are making a sound. Maybe bringing some gentle movement to fingers and toes and arms and legs. And then as you are ready, drawing the knees into the chest if you're on the earth, rocking side to side. And then as you are ready, rolling onto your favorite side and pausing there for just a few breaths in embryo posture. And on the next inhale, keeping the eyes closed, press yourself up into a comfortable seated posture, rooting the sits bones down into the earth, drawing the crown of the head up into the sky, scanning the body for the effects of the practice, and thanking the body for all it does all day, every day, and bringing to mind one thing for which you are grateful. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti, this beating heart. Stand still. The forest knows where you are. You must let it find you. Wherever you are is called here. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.